13-year-old girl meets her husband for the first time. I was slapped hard on the face. Martha's temperament is too tough. In the eyes of men, it's absolutely unacceptable. The infuriated father dedicated him to the king. Allow him to rise and fall on his own. Little did one know, this move actually changed Martha's life. Here, the weak West African country Deha, and the United States are eager to get rid of the rule of the OO Empire. The general joined under the king's command, start secretly forming a women's army, ready to launch a rebellion campaign at any time. Martha became one of them. Want to become an excellent warrior? Hard training is essential. From basic wrestling to using knives to kill enemies. Finally, learn how to use a firearm. Martha is doing her best, and as a result, I gained the temperament of Cannon. This day, the envoys of the OO Empire came uninvited. When the leader Barcelona takes off his mask, Ganon recognized this person at a glance. That's the animal that invaded us back then. Wrong timing. He can only endure. Barcelona deliberately provoked trouble and was very dissatisfied with the tribute prepared by the king, requesting an additional 20 young women. Otherwise, the right to use the port will be suspended. The Dahomey depends on palm oil exports for its livelihood. The king had no choice but to compromise. Cannon did not object. Quickly select 20 female soldiers. Martha also thickened it a few days later. A group of people arrived at the port with tribute. Barcelona proudly said, "There are many fierce men under his command. I will treat the girls well." Who knew that the words had just finished? Join and kick over. What rolled out of the community was the head of the Ober envoy. Barcelona's face turned green with anger. Cannon immediately ordered all female soldiers to withdraw. He wants to fight Barcelona to the death. Halfway through, Martha saw Barcelona's men coming. He quickly cut the rope, closed the gate. Here, Cannon and Barcelona played equally well, both of us, but the strength of the thickener is still slightly inferior. Seeing the gate being lifted, Martha let out a loud shout. 2 people quickly evacuated. 2 people jumped off the city wall, jumping into the sea. Other female soldiers rushed to meet them. Everyone evacuates safely, but this struggle has completely broken the 2 countries apart. War is imminent. Black female soldiers spread palm oil all over their bodies, polish the nails into sharp spikes again, and then pick up the weapon, ready to fight at any time. In order to, is he said, after an impassioned pre-war motivation. The female soldiers of Dahomey embark on their journey. They need to take the initiative to attack at dawn. At this moment, the enemy is still sleeping. Ganon ignites the pre-buried explosive fuse. Dozens of fire dragons pounce on the enemy camp at the same time. The bomb in the termite nest was instantly detonated. The unprepared enemy was bombed out. War horses are also frightened, fleeing in droves. I haven't waited for them to figure out the situation yet. Joined and launched an attack with the female warrior. Close combat rendered the firearms that the Ober soldiers were proud of ineffective. Da and the beautiful warriors are brave and never lose. Male Martha throws a dart. Shoot the enemy. After pulling people in, use your nails to poke him in the eyes again. Unexpectedly, he was ambushed by the enemy behind him. Falling heavily down the mountain slope, Martha's head was hit. Faint out. The defeat of the Ober army. Plan to escape. But when we run away, they haven't forgotten to kidnap a few female soldiers yet. Martha woke up to find herself tied to a carriage. He took advantage of the guard's lack of attention, help a comrade escape and report back. He and another comrade in arms were sent to the slave market. On the slave market, a few women are right behind me, selected by white men. Martha plans to pack them up and sell them to white people. At this moment, another white man came to bid. The 2 sides are arguing endlessly. Martha glanced at her comrades in arms, simultaneously launched a surprise attack. Martha fled to cover her comrades, but he was subdued by 2 guards. Comrades in arms immediately returned to support upon seeing the situation. Who knew he was shot twice by the white man behind him? Martha held her comrade's body in agony. Meanwhile, the female warrior who fled back to Dahomey tell the situation to Cannon. Martha immediately brought a team with her, taking advantage of the night to sneak in and rescue people. White guards getting drunk. He was killed without anyone knowing it. The other 2 guards were also easily resolved. All the slaves were rescued, collecting weapons one after another. Joined the battle of resistance. The white man, who was completely drunk, hasn't figured out what the situation is yet. Just like the female warrior who fought back desperately, their firearms are not giving full play to their advantages. In an instant, most of it was knocked down. Barcelona sees white people so useless. Get on your horse and prepare to run away. But wouldn't the farmer let him go? Now the old and new grudges need to be settled together. Unfortunately, after a few rounds, joining is still not a match for Barcelona. The arm was also pierced by a dagger, but hatred unleashed his boundless power. A backhand stab pierced Barcelona's heart. This is a white man who raised his gun and aimed it at Cannon. Fortunately, Martha took action in a timely manner. Kill the white man. 2 white people came over again. Martha quickly stepped forward to face the battle, easily solved battles with agile skills. Through this battle, Dahomey completely broke free from the rule of the Ottoman Empire, free from white slavery towards them. Unfortunately, it was destroyed by France in 1899. From then on, he withdrew from the historical stage. The story of Danda and the beautiful warrior fighting bravely against the enemy, but it is truly present in history.